Kathryn Bernardo grew from a familiar child face on morning television into one of the Philippines' most bankable and versatile performers. Her career maps a disciplined climb, early training and steady screen work, breakout roles that turned her into a national idol, box office leadership that reshaped commercial Filipino cinema, and a recent turn toward more mature, riskier projects that signal an artist intent on longevity rather than fleeting fame. Early life and foundations. Kathryn Bernardo was born on March 26, 1996, in Cabanong, Nueva Ecija, the youngest of 4 children in a warm, tightly knit household. Her parents, Luzviminda and Teodoro Bernardo, ran a modest life. Luzviminda worked tirelessly to hold the family together and quietly became the steady engine behind Kathryn's early steps into show business. From the start, Kathryn's path into TV and commercials wasn't a solo leap. Her mother kept the scaffolding in place. Luzviminda, her mum, managed schedules, school arrangements, and auditions while shouldering the household's practical burdens. When long days on set began to clash with school hours, it was Luzviminda who arranged homeschooling and tutors so Kathryn could keep studying without losing work opportunities. She sat through rehearsals, packed simple lunches between scenes, and negotiated with producers and managers when younger Kathryn needed protection from exploitative schedules. In interviews, Kathryn often credits her mother for teaching discipline, humility, and how to balance ambition with family values. Luzviminda taught her to say yes to opportunities but never at the cost of rest, study, or dignity. At home, Kathryn learned early about responsibility, helping younger siblings with homework, learning to manage time, and attending family rituals where stories and values were passed down. Her mother's practical faith, small acts of care, steady encouragement, and insistence on manners and education became the emotional backbone of Kathryn's childhood. That support didn't just open doors, it set boundaries and routines that allowed a child performer to grow into a resilient, grounded young woman capable of navigating fame without losing her center. Rise on television. Kathryn's steady ascent accelerated with her casting in key youth projects. Her performance in the 2010 remake of Mara Clara introduced her to a broad audience and led to major network backing. Paired on multiple projects with Daniel Padilla, Kathryn and Daniel formed one of the most popular on-screen tandems of the decade. Series such as Princess and I and Got to Believe solidified her appeal across demographics, while the partnership with a consistently successful co-star amplified her marketability. Television made her a household name, teaching her the rhythms of serialized acting and the emotional work required for repeatedly resonant performances. Film breakthrough and box office impact. Transitioning to film, Kathryn proved she could carry big commercial releases. She starred in romantic films that became modern Filipino touchstones: She's Dating the Gangster, Barcelona, A Love Untold, and The House of Us. The latter, opposite longtime screen partner Daniel Padilla, achieved extraordinary box office returns and became a cultural moment. Audiences identified with its domestic realism and emotional sweep. Kathryn also headlined Hello, Love, Goodbye, a major box office success that broadened conversations about overseas Filipino workers and modern love. These films helped redefine commercial Filipino cinema's earning potential and demonstrated her rare combination of mass appeal and emotional authenticity. Acting range and craft. Although Kathryn's early fame was tied to romantic drama, she has consistently pursued complexity. Roles that demanded subtlety, restraint, and emotional depth allowed her to step beyond formulaic parts. She chooses collaborators, writers and directors, who push her to inhabit characters fully and to resist caricature. Her performances often rely on micro-expressions, timing, and an economy of gesture. She reads emotional architecture as much in silence as in dialogue, which makes her work effective in intimate scenes and large set pieces alike. Personal life and public image. Kathryn maintains a carefully managed public life, open enough to sustain fan connection, private enough to protect family and close relationships. Her long-standing relationship with Daniel Padilla became a major public narrative, with the pair celebrated as one of Philippine entertainment's defining partnerships. Kathryn emphasizes family as an anchor, often crediting her parents and siblings for grounding her amid success. She balances public duties, endorsements, press events, charity appearances, with private time that preserves emotional and creative reserves, business moves, endorsements, and investments. Beyond acting, Kathryn is a sought-after endorser. Her commercial partnerships span fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and consumer brands that match her approachable yet aspirational image. Those endorsements, combined with film and television earnings, support a lifestyle that prioritizes comfort, privacy, and reinvestment in projects that matter to her long-term. While precise financial figures vary by source, her sustained box office leadership and brand value place her among the country's highest-earning entertainers. Real estate and lifestyle choices. Kathryn's property decisions reflect a preference for secure, family-friendly living rather than ostentation. She favors homes located for convenience to production hubs, with private spaces for rest and work, quiet living rooms, small creative corners for script study, and secure layouts that allow for private family life. Her lifestyle choices emphasize health, routine, and an infrastructure that supports long production schedules. Mobility and practicality. In practical terms, Kathryn's mobility choices fit the demands of a busy schedule. Vehicles and transport arrangements prioritize reliability, safety, and comfort for long commutes between locations and for traveling with family when necessary. Her public appearances often show a careful balance of fashion and function, clothes and cars selected for comfort, image, and ease of movement through busy city traffic. Legacy and cultural impact. Kathryn Bernardo's cultural imprint is multifaceted. She helped define a decade of Filipino romantic cinema and demonstrated how local films could command significant box office returns. She inspired a generation of young performers who see in her a template for combining discipline, audience engagement, and gradual artistic growth. Her movement into more mature roles signals a desire to shape an enduring legacy, one that pairs commercial success with thoughtful artistic choices. Beyond awards and numbers, her influence is measured in audience loyalty, in how young actors model their career paths, and in the way romantic Filipino storytelling continues to evolve in her wake. Kathryn's journey, child performer's steadiness, television stardom's relentless schedule, and film success's high stakes, shows a career carefully cultivated over decades. She remains a major figure in Filipino entertainment precisely because she balances audience expectation with a willingness to grow. As she continues to pick projects that stretch her craft, Kathryn Bernardo's story will likely remain central to Philippine film and television for years to come. Thanks for watching. Tap like if Kathryn inspired you, comment, and subscribe to Celebrity Life Archive.